Trinidad and Tobago has complied with all of the requirements of the Financial Action Task Force, which resulted in the organisation delisting this country in February 2020. The FATF, or FATF, is the international standard-setting entity on anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism. It is therefore a false premise to state that the closure of the bank account of the Embassy of Trinidad and Tobago in Brussels was part of the EU's measures to mitigate money laundering risk. In reality, as a result of new banking protocols in Belgium, many embassies and/or foreign missions have been adversely affected, and many foreign missions in Belgium have been required to close their existing bank accounts and make new banking arrangements. Trinidad and Tobago is therefore not unique in its current challenges, which are expected to be temporary and short-term in duration. In particular, recognizing the banking challenges faced by foreign missions, the Federal Public Service, Foreign Affairs, Foreign Trade and Development Corporation of the Kingdom of Belgium, which is the Belgian Foreign Ministry, in March 2023, informed that the Law on Basic Banking Services, which is Law of November 8, 2020, as revised on September 25, 2022, was amended to allow diplomatic and consular missions to open bank accounts to make payments under specific conditions as provided for in the Royal Decree on Implementation. Because of the new banking protocols, a new legislative framework had to be established in Belgium, which led to the creation of basic banking services of the Federal Public Service economy that will designate a credit institution as a provider of banking services, basic services to embassies. And so therefore, there is no need for a forensic investigation into our embassy's financial operations, and no such investigation has been or will be launched as a result of this issue. With regard to Part 2, the embassy is in a very advanced stage of transitioning to another bank account with BNP Paribas Fortis, which has been designated to open an account with the embassy by the federal authorities in Belgium. The embassy has since fulfilled requests from the bank by completing the client legal entity documentation, provided the specimen signatures of the signatories to the account, completed customer relationship and agreements of each signatory to the account, verification of identification cards, and an online interview with a representative of the bank. In the interim, until all new arrangements are in place with this bank, the alternatives arrangements for payment of salaries and bills have been made. It is expected that the new bank account will be opened in early July 2023. With regard to Part 3, the bank account of the Embassy of Trinidad and Tobago in Caracas was closed by Bank of America in December 2017 due to a general de-risking exercise, removing embassies located in Caracas from their client list, following the levying of additional sanctions and financial regulations related to the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela by the United States of America, the European Union, Canada, and actions taken by the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The mission in Panama was also advised by letter June 6, 2018 from the Bank of Nova Scotia that the agreement for maintaining its savings account would cease. The mission noted that prior to the letter from the Bank of Nova Scotia, the mission was required to make consecutive transfers on behalf of the Embassy of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago in Caracas, Venezuela, directly to the accounts of staff and service providers. The frequent transfers may have been the reason for the Bank of Nova Scotia's decision to cease the bank account. However, it may be noted further that on the occasions of the transfers, the mission consulted the bank on the permissibility of the transfers, which were ultimately processed. The matter was fully resolved with the opening of another account at another bank in Panama in July 2019.